Here's something I'd like to show you. This is my homemade hit and miss project. Started out as a 21cc weed eater leaf blower engine, 2-cycle, and hopefully within the next couple weeks it'll become a 2-stroke hit and miss, somewhat like a maytag. So let me tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. This here, my homemade needle valve mixer carburetor thing. It's a piece of 1/4-inch pipe that I drilled and tapped to serve as a carburetor throat. Here's my little needle valve. Show you that. Let me unscrew it all the way. It's a little brass screw that I ground down to become a needle valve. And there's the seat right there. Another little brass screw that I drilled straight through and made a seat. Well, you can't see it, it's in the inside of the pipe. And there's a hole here to be like the where the fuel line will hook up to. Alright, next I'll show you the main flywheel. It's an inch wide and 4 inches in diameter. Weighs about 2 pounds. I think it's more like 2.5. I had this made in the machine shop at my school. I know I had a friend in there who made this for me. It came out pretty nice. It's held in place with a little set screw right in there. Now, I did keep the original flywheel on and the magneto. That's gonna be the ignition source. I was originally gonna go with automotive coil and a breaker point setup, but that would have been too complicated. So it's nice and simple. Now, it's gonna be spark controlled like a maytag, not valve control, because there's no valves in 2-stroke. So for the governor, I took this, which is a governor from an old Tecumseh engine that I mounted on a little 1/4-20 bolt. It's falling down everywhere. Yeah, 1/4-20 bolt. Spins nice and free. No problem there. That is going to go on this gear here, which is from a paper shredder. The gear teeth happen to be almost the exact same size, so close enough to work. It's going to be mounted like that. And for the ignition cutout, I'll use a small limit switch. It would be in place of the governor arm on a normal Tecumseh engine, which would ride on this governor spool here. That will be connected one side to the ground of the engine and the other side to the ignition cutoff right there. Use a little stake-on terminal. It should be pretty foolproof. There's nothing, wouldn't be really much to calibrate. To set the speed of the engine, you would just move the limit switch either closer to or farther away from the governor spool. Its maximum, which would be up there, and its minimum, which is back there. Shouldn't have any real problems. Start it. I'll probably just use a drill to start it, since there's a nice nut right there to spin it with. There's no spark plug in it now, that's why it's spinning so freely. Another thing I like about this motor is it's got 2 piston rings. I don't see that very often on the equipment that I work on. Usually these cheap little engines only have 1 ring. But I was pleased to find when I took it apart initially that in fact, if you can see that, probably not, it's got 2 rings on the piston. The piston's in really nice shape. So, I'll get a video of it running sometime when I finish it. That's it for now, though.